This simple scalping strategy consistently gives me days like this, and I'm about to show you exactly how. It's called the power level strategy, and it is so stupid simple that even a complete beginner couldn't mess it up. And in this video, I'll teach you the strategy, show you multiple live trade examples, and do a 1-month backtest to prove that it works, so that by the end of this video, you have everything you need to become a profitable trader. Let's hop right into step number 1. This strategy has only 3 steps, and I'm about to show you just how simple trading can actually be. Power levels are specific price areas that create explosive moves. There are only 2 types of power levels that you need to mark to find winning trades. To mark power level number 1, the first step that we need to do is make sure we are on the 15-minute chart. This means each candle you see represents 15 minutes of time. Next, we need to go over to the left, click this button right here to expand this list, and then you are going to go down to this vertical line tool. And what we're going to do is in New York or Eastern Standard Time, you're going to mark out the previous evening's 1800 or 6 p.m. Next, you're going to go over to midnight and you're going to mark out a vertical line on midnight as well. And to find power level number 2, we're going to need to place one more vertical line, and that is going to go at 6 a.m. of the current day. So you've got midnight, 6 a.m., and 6 p.m. the previous evening marked out. Next, you're going to go over here to the left and pick this trend line tool. And what you're going to want to do is select the high of each time window and the low, and you're going to extend these levels out in time. What you just marked was the Asia session and the London session, and we marked the highs and the lows of each trading session. So very simple, you just find the lowest price point that occurred during that range of time. You take that trend line tool and you mark those out and extend them. Once you've marked out these 4 levels, you need to avoid trading in between them. And simply doing this alone will cut out half of your losses just by avoiding choppy markets. Marking out these levels is great because now you know the 4 power levels. But without a simple and clear-cut way to execute winning trades, any level is useless. And this brings us right into step number 2. Getting your entry. Now, when price hits a power level, there is only one entry setup you need to find these consistent winning trades. First, let me show you the tool that we're going to use for our entries. To do this, we're going to head over to the 1-minute chart, as this is where all of our trade entries will be found. So remember, the first step is to mark our power levels. Once this level is hit, we're good to look for trade entries. Now, the tool we're going to be using to find these trade entries is extremely simple. I want you to notice this 3-candle pattern right here. Notice how there is a gap between this candle's wick and this candle's wick. You may have seen this before. It's called a fair value gap. But we are not going to be looking for these fair value gaps to work. In fact, we are going to be waiting for quite the opposite. What we want to see is the market to trade back through the fair value gap and invert it, meaning we close a candle body back through this level. Usually, these fair value gaps will do something like this. Price will trade into them and then aggressively move away. However, once the market shows us that the fair value gaps are failing, this tells us that a reversal is likely, especially when we've paired it with hitting one of our power levels. But even when you nail the direction, most traders still lose money, even on big moves just like this, because they don't know how to find their target or manage their trades. And that brings us right to step number 3, which is how to execute trades and manage them. That way you can catch big moves like this and not be sitting on the sidelines. So let's reverse for a second and replay this trade to show you exactly how you could have caught it, and then we're going to go over multiple trade examples. Now the entry is rather simple. As soon as you get that candle closure inverting the fair value gap, you're good to enter the trade. And as for the stop loss, it's simple as well. You're just going to use the most recent swing low. A swing low for this strategy is any candle that has a higher low on both sides of it. So notice here we have this candle, and then either candle on both sides has a higher low. That would make it a swing low. So at this time, you would be good to enter the trade, and you would take your stop loss and put it at the most recent 1-minute swing low. Remember, we're doing all of this on the 1-minute time frame. And this brings us to where 99% of traders go completely wrong. Where do we actually exit the trade? Because you can enter trades all day long. If you don't know where to take profit, you'll never make any money. You might be thinking, well, we take profits here, right? Or maybe here, or maybe here, or maybe here. I mean, how many times have you been trading throughout the day and you find a great entry, but you're just completely overwhelmed on where to exit. And this results in the trade maybe even moving your direction, but you either hesitate to take profits and it reverses, or you take profits too early and it goes without you. But after this, you will never make this mistake again. So for our entry, we are not going to target right here. We're not going to target right here. In fact, we're actually going to just make it very simple. You're going to target the very first power level in the opposing direction. In this example, it is the London high. So after targeting that London high, we have $185 at risk to make $1,500. And a lot of you guys could be catching big trades like this, but you cheat yourself out of it because you don't know where to take profits. I mean, imagine what your trading would look like if you had a clear-cut system like this. That brings our profit for one day to $1,500. And this trade only took 19 minutes to hit the target. Here we are on the very next day, just to show you how consistent this strategy really is. As you can see, we've marked out our power levels. The high and low that was made between 6 p.m. the previous evening and midnight, that is Asia, and then the high and low that was made between midnight and 6 a.m. That gives us our London levels. After we've marked our levels, all there is to do is wait for the market to hit into one of these levels and then see if we get an entry. And as you can see with this example, the market bounced extremely hard from our level and it inverted a fair value gap. I want you guys to go mark this on your charts and see just how crazy this really is. So at this time, you would enter the market as soon as this candle body closes with your stops above the high, and you would target the next power level and sit back with confidence knowing that this trade is likely to play out in your favor. And as you can see, this trade hit the target in just 13 minutes, which makes it perfect for scalping. Now, you've seen how much money these trades made this week, but let's put this strategy to the test with a full month backtest to see how it did. Also, we actually catch these kinds of trades you see here in these examples live in my trading room, and I execute them streaming in front of everyone. So if you want daily live trading sessions in both the New York and London session, 5 days a week, to have every single trade that you take reviewed to make sure you're doing things correctly, and much more, then go ahead and click the link in the description to apply to work directly with me. To be clear, spots to this are limited as this does include direct access to me, but as long as the link in the description is working, slots are still open. It will say mentorship and the link is right next to that. All right, guys, before we go over the back test, I have to give you this disclaimer. Go ahead and pause your screen and read this in full before continuing. So let's take a look at how this strategy did over the past 30 days. So we got a total profit of $7,520. Now this was done on NASDAQ, trading one contract for every single trade. Now the best part about this strategy that I like is that we only have a max drawdown of $1,120. This makes this strategy a perfect scalping strategy for prop firms. If you want to get a discount on prop firm accounts, I partnered with Apex. You can use code Casper at apextraderfunding.com. I'll leave a link down in the description. As for the win rate, we finished out with 59% of the trades winning, and with the high risk to reward that this strategy offers, that gave us an insane profit factor of 3.06. What this means is for every dollar you put into this strategy, you would get 3 out. If you want to learn more about trading, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because every single week I post a video on YouTube totally for free teaching you everything there is to know about trading. And if you're going to be hanging out here on YouTube for a little while, go ahead and click the button on your screen to watch my full playlist. Inside, it has a 2-hour course, a full beginner's guide to scalping, and tons of other valuable videos that can help you on your journey as a trader. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you in the next video this upcoming Sunday at 12 p.m. EST.